case that about 1/3 of homeless people struggle with serious mental illness. So people are civilly committable if they're dangerous to self or others, or if they're gravely disabled. The notion of grave disability as a route to involuntary care historically referred to people who are unable to provide essential food, clothing or shelter, and in some statutes, medical care. The question then was whether homelessness in and of itself meant grave disability. If you're not able to get yourself somewhere to live, are you gravely disabled? Or is it only a grave disability if the homeless person can't take care of him or herself as well as a non-mentally ill homeless person? One could, as I've suggested, adopt the first view on the theory that if you're homeless and mentally ill, we can treat you and hopefully get you off the streets. And in the same way, we hospitalize people who are mentally ill and dangerous, but not dangerous people who aren't mentally ill. Once again, we can treat the ill person and avert dangerousness in that way. There's a new bill that's been proposed on grave disability, and it changes things. People who are gravely disabled are, quote, those who as a result of mental illness are incapable of making informed decisions about basic needs for food, clothing, and shelter without significant supervision and insistence from another, and as a result, the person is at risk of worsening mental or physical conditions, unquote. A couple of noteworthy things about this new definition. The gravely disabled person must lack capacity to make informed decisions. Theoretically, this is a very sensible position. If a person can't really understand the issues at stake in a decision, how could he or she make an informed choice? Imagine a person who says, I would like to go to the psychiatric hospital because I feel bad and hate being homeless and the hospital's helped me in the past, but I won't consent because I believe God has told me that this would cause a nuclear explosion. It seems to me that this person lacks capacity and a benign other should decide for her or him. On the other hand, what if someone has capacity? That is, if someone has capacity to make informed choices but make what we think is a bad or foolish or unwise choice to refuse care and stop being homeless, should we require that person to get care anyway? The way we require someone to be hospitalized and get care if they're dangerous, even if they have capacity to refuse. Note also, in other medical contexts, we allow people to make medical decisions that we think are really foolish and unwise because we think it's very important to give people ownership over their own life. Also, as a result of the illness and expectable consequences, a person must, quote, be at risk of worsening mental and physical conditions. This actually protects people against commitment more than the usual law, which doesn't specify downstream risks and costs. But it is also somewhat broad and vague. How much worse? What kind of mental and physical condition? So there are numerous ways the proposed new law will be helpful to people in need, but also some potential problems with it. What I am most hopeful for is for the law to allow us to treat our loved ones who can't care for themselves in those situations where it makes normative sense to intervene. Thank you.